We are officially live.
Let's go.
There we go.
All right.
Let me pull it up. Super Bowl
You
Sunday.
need an intro for this, Santor. All your podcast stars. We gotta get like a
Welcome
like
back,
a
everybody, to Gridiron and Gridlock.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
excited
Oh
to see
boy.
you here.
My friend Jason is calling me. That's
Oh,
funny.
I hear that.
I'll hang up on him. I should tell him to join. Another special guest. The biggest Philadelphia fan in history. Don't do that.
Oh, goodness. All right. So, thoughts about the Super Bowl tonight?
Not even that excited. We just got done saying that.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because it's like, I don't know. It's not like the teams are bad. It's just like, I don't know. I just don't. This is going to be one of those that is like a really defensive game. Like there's not going to be any like. I don't think there's going to be any offensive fireworks on either side of the ball, and if there's any, it's going to be Seattle.
Well, I'm not even gonna start talking about the game itself already. Like, does it feel to you like, and maybe it's just an age thing, like, we're always into football, always into sports and big games, and you get the adrenaline pumping. I don't know about you, but when I was younger, and I say that only as 30 years old, but I always felt a lot more pumped up for like championship games, even if it wasn't my own team in them. But I feel like as I get older, like I just find myself like, meh, okay, cool. They're in this game. Like, I don't know. I feel like the Super Bowl doesn't feel like the Super Bowl half the time anymore. But I guess it'd be different if my team was in it. I think I'd be a lot more pumped if my team was in it. Kind of like you were last year, all my Eagles fan friends and family. But it just doesn't feel like Super Bowl Sunday.
I know it doesn't, and it's yeah. I don't know. I mean,
But nonetheless, it is. I also think they do a pretty honestly they do a pretty bad job hyping up the Super Bowl nowadays. I don't know if you feel that way, but I feel like
and
the
honestly,
promotional content and the like, I think what it is the Pro Bowl has been lacking the last like 5 years. And like the Pro Bowl was like a big promo for the Super Bowl because you got to watch some more football, you got to see the best of the best compete, and now it's some nonsense flag football crap. And the skills competitions are cool, but they're not that competitive. It's all kind of a joke nowadays. I think that goes into a lot of it. It was like why it doesn't feel like the Super Bowl because of the Pro Bowl week is such a joke.
Right. I mean, it is. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I'll pull the cup in here. I'm starting to get ready for baseball season soon myself. I mean,
Oh yeah, hey look, pitchers and catchers did they report already or no? I think they report
either next week or the week after.
this or next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into baseball season too. I mean, I can't wait to go to a couple Phillies games.
Yeah, and honestly, the Sixers are playing really well right now, but they always let me down in the playoffs. So I mean,
I won't pay attention to them until potentially the playoffs.
Yeah, well, you know what? It might be too early to say, but like Joel Embiid actually looks like he's back to form after all of his injuries, and it's because he's not like he always used to fall so hard to the ground, and now he's been more cautious of how he does that, and he doesn't get off the ground much anymore.
I've heard about that. That's the weirdest thing to me, that you have to fall the right way in order to not get hurt, which you do. It does make sense in that perspective, but
yeah,
he's a big dude though, so I understand. You can't be taking the bigger they are, the harder they fall. That's the cliche that works out for him. So
yeah. Looks like I'm looking at NFL Network. Partly cloudy, 66 degrees at game time tonight in San Fran.
Wow, that's actually pretty. That's pretty moderate temps actually.
I mean, that's pretty good for.
It's not exactly warm. I'll give you that. That's kind of cool.
Milton Williams, he can win the Super Bowl for the second straight season if the Patriots win tonight because he won with the Eagles last year. We're talking about that.
Milton Williams. Interesting.
The
Well,
last
good for
player to
him.
do it
You
was
know,
LeGarrette Blunt, who won with the Patriots and then the Eagles the year
and the
before.
Eagles. Yeah, look at that.
That's crazy.
He played for Pittsburgh one year,
Yeah,
and then
he was
He got Le'Veon Bell suspended for 4 games because they hotboxed in their car.
he was a good, tough, hard running back, which you don't see many of those anymore. Like I'm gonna be honest,
Nope.
like you see Derrick Henry, but like there's not a lot of guys who just put their head down and just truck over people. There's not a lot of those left anymore.
Even he doesn't do that as much as he should. But I think
Yeah,
it's because he doesn't want to get hurt.
yeah, he's older now. Yeah. Um, but anyways, I guess getting back to the game today, we should probably talk about the last game of the season.
Yep.
Seattle's favored by 4.5. I love having I have my sources right in front of me. Seattle's minus 4.5 over under 45.5. Um, I don't know. Seattle minus 4.5. I saw a stat this morning. In the last 10 Super Bowls, 6 underdogs won flat out, and I believe
Wow.
either 8 or 9 out of 10 of them, the underdogs covered the spread, which is insane. So maybe not so
That's
big.
how you know it's fixed, isn't it? You know, that's what
That's what the arguments are.
all the yep. They're all gonna say it's fixed. The underdog keeps winning just
Yeah,
for Vegas to make their money.
I don't know. I mean,
I think what did you say it was 4.5?
minus 4.5. Yeah,
Minus 4.5. I feel like that's actually a little bit low. That's just how I feel. I think we've talked about for weeks now. I think the Seahawks are going to win majorly. I think they have the better team, the better coaching. Oh, Vrabel's good, but I think overall coaching staff they're better. I don't know. I just feel like they're going to overpower New England. I think it's going to be a lot more than 4.5 points, especially the offense capabilities of the Seahawks compared to the Patriots. I haven't seen a lot out of the offense yet on the New England side of the ball, especially Drake May in these playoffs. I think they had one game where they scored 28 points, but I think even one of those was a defensive touchdown. The Seahawks are just absolutely lighting it up with
I will
points
say
in the
the Patriots
postseason.
defense. I'm getting this stat live right now. In the postseason, they've allowed 9 points per game, 12 sacks, 8 takeaways. So they've been.
Yeah,
It has not been
no
the
joke.
offense. I mean, I was going to say that anyway. It's the Patriots' defense has been carrying them throughout the postseason.
Yeah.
Um, but the Seattle just has a way better offense. Like, I don't think it's that close. I mean, I like Drake May, but Seattle has the better rushing game. They have the more weapons. They have JSN, Cooper Kupp, Kenny Walker out of the backfield. I mean, they have a bunch of different guys they can throw to. The Patriots have Stephon Diggs and maybe Hunter Henry, their tight end, if you even want to go that far. Everyone else
Yeah.
is just kind of like a role player, it seems like. So, but here's the thing. I mean, you can argue that, the teams that have role players, I mean, they've won in recent years. Like, I mean, the Chiefs with Mahomes, like, their wide receiver core was pretty garbage. And they won Super Bowls with, like, Juju Smith-Schuster as their wide receiver one. So, like, maybe
I would argue he wasn't their wide receiver one, but he was added to the team to be a pretty a pretty big factor, I think.
Yeah.
But didn't they have Tyreek Hill when they were in their Super Bowls anyway? So
Yeah, but even after that, they won 2 rings after him leaving. So, or was it
yeah.
one? 1 or 2?
No, I think it was one. No, I think it was only one.
It was 2 because they beat the Eagles without Tyreek, and then they beat the 49ers in overtime a couple years ago without Tyreek.
Gotcha.
Which is
Interesting.
crazy to think about.
Forgot about that. So yeah, I guess Juju in that sense, at least against the Eagles that one year would have been the number one. Who were their receivers back then? But
you had him. You had Sky Moore.
oh yeah,
Mecole Hardman. Like, I mean, but those are a bunch of role player
that's right.
guys. Like
Yeah, no, I guess you're right then. I guess Juju was kind of their guy at that moment in time. Well, who cares about that? It's not even relevant to
Oh,
the
question
Patriots and
for you
Seahawks.
though. Question for you though, because we'll get to the game obviously. In the past, hold on, I gotta look this fact up before I butcher it. Um, in the last 10 years, the last 10 Super Bowls, there have only been. Here it is. This is the graphic I wanted. In the last 10 Super Bowls, there have only been 10 teams. Let me recount that. Yeah, 10 teams in the last 10 Super Bowls. That's it. And with the opportunity to have 20 different teams. I just think that's kind of crazy. Like, it's a lot of repeat teams that are making it to Super Bowls.
Okay, I was wondering where you're going with that. I was like, 10 teams in the last 10 Super Bowls. Okay, well,
My question to you is, can you name them? That's my question.
in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So all the way back to 20. Are we going 2016 technically or 2015 technically?
Oh, I'm sorry. 9 teams in the last 10 because we're going to start at 2016, including this year's. Yes.
Okay, so obviously you have, I believe it's three, was it 4 times the Chiefs? Because they've won 2 and lost 2, right? Since 2016?
You're close. They've been to 5. They've won
Been to
3.
5, okay.
And they've won 3. Yeah.
So been to 5, won 3. Eagles twice. No, 3 times.
Yeah.
Won 2, lost 1 since 2016. Then you have, let's see, the Niners 1 time, right?
2 times.
2 times. We're talking about repeat people, right? Repeat people.
Yeah.
So Niners twice. Then you have obviously the Patriots, which was what, 3 times since 2016,
3 times. If you're including this year, it would be 4. Yeah.
including this year is 4. Okay. Then you have the Rams, including this year would be I think 3 because they won, lost, or no, they lost and then won, and now they're back in it. Then you have, I don't even know how teams that was.
You said the Rams. The Rams 2 times. They won 1 and they lost 1.
Yeah, well, including this year though was 3, right?
Seahawks.
Or yeah, sorry, my fault. I'm thinking of the last game.
Yeah.
I need my caffeine already, dude. Woke up too early today. But yeah, so they were twice, won 1, lost 1. Then you have,
you're missing 3 teams.
yeah, repeat teams. So
you named the Eagles, you named the Chiefs, you named
Eagles,
the
Chiefs, Niners, Rams, and
Patriots 5.
the Patriots. So that's 5. The Seahawks is 6. Yep. And so, man, who are the other 3? Since 2016. I think is one of them the Broncos? I don't think so.
That was 2015.
That was 15, right?
15, yeah.
Man, I'm missing 4 of them.
You're missing only 3 teams. Just 3 teams.
Oh, 3 teams.
Yeah.
3 repeat teams in the Super Bowl in the last 10 years.
Not repeat, just the teams in the last 10 years.
Oh, just the teams.
Yeah,
Okay. So then the Bengals in the Super Bowl against the Rams. Then you have, who was it? And I can't think of them. So that's 6, 7. So we got 7 there. So 2 more, right?
2 more, yeah, 2 more.
Oh, the Buccaneers. That's an easy one.
Yeah.
And then the last one. And you're making me think. I feel like this one's like the farthest away. Or one of the farthest away.
That would be true, yes.
feel like it's got to be the NFC because I've named a bunch of AFC teams. Is it the NFC?
It is the NFC. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. All right, I got a few divisions. Already got the Eagles. It's definitely not anyone else in the NFC East. In the NFC North, I don't think it's anyone in the North. The Packers weren't in the Super Bowl, and they've been the best in that division for years.
Yeah.
Already got the Bucks. It's not the Falcons. Oh wait, is it the Falcons?
It is the Falcons.
It is the Falcons. Yeah, that's the 28-3 game.
That was 2016. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? But if you look on the AFC side, in the past 10 Super Bowls, in 8 of them, actually, I'm sorry, in 9 of the last 10 Super Bowls on the AFC side, they've either sent the Chiefs or the Patriots. The only outlier is the one year the Bengals went. That is mind-boggling. That is mind-boggling.
I mean, it's look at the that's like a stat. Look at just the last like 20 years of Super Bowl. Like, have you ever seen the graphic of like the quarterbacks that represented the Super Bowl in like just the AFC in the last 20 years?
Oh yeah, it's like the same guys, pretty much. It's the same guys.
Super Bowl QB since 2000. I'll pull up. I think that was.
Do you want to? Or should I share my? I can share my screen.
You can. I'm using my laptop, so I'm not connected to my phone right now on that. But there's a graphic somewhere where it lists the quarterbacks to start the Super Bowl, and it was like, let's see, I have a. So since 2000.
Are you?
Well, let's just negate.
Oh wait, no, that's a little more.
So let's just negate 2000 because that was Trent Dilfer and Kerry Collins.
I'm gonna share my screen. I want you to look at this. Tell me if this looks about right. Right here. Once it shares, there we go.
Yeah, that's the one. Since 2002, AFC quarterbacks, and then look at the NFC. Like it's insane. Like the AFC had such dominant quarterbacks. Or either that or just dominant teams.
And now you can add
in the
playoffs. NFC, you can add Sam Darnold, and in the AFC you can add Drake May to that list. Are you kidding me? Yeah. You see all those QBs from the AFC, and then Drake May, the most random.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh man.
I think Drake May's going to be good, but like to have him on that list of like a bunch of Hall of Famers, basically.
I can't quite read it. Who's the Raiders guy? Who is that? Is that?
You know, I gotta read that too. That's Rich Gannon. Rich
Gannon. When did he play?
I think that was 2002. I think that.
Oh, he must have been. Season. Oh yeah, that was the Bucks and the Raiders Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Isn't that crazy? That's absolutely.
Fun fact: Mike Tomlin was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they won that Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
So technically, Mike Tomlin has 2 Super Bowl wins as a coach.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But yeah, let's get down to it. Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots. I'm gonna pull up the box score because why not? I'm sure it'll be here. There it is.
Maybe there's a glitch and we can see the final score.
I know, right?
You know how some people think that happens sometimes?
We have the script.
Yeah.
Script leaked. All right. So, what are your, I mean, I guess we could get to official predictions and, like, our thoughts behind that.
Yeah.
I don't think today's podcast needs to be too long because, I mean, we're talking about one game here.
One game, yeah. I'm with that.
But we've got some stat comparisons here, which is kind of interesting. It compares the teams. So I'm going to pull this up here for us to look at. All right. So there we go. All right. So we've got the stats for the year right there in comparison. And oddly enough, Patriots offense ranks higher in almost every every stat. Then again, they had the easier schedule. So I mean, we could
Yeah.
sit here and talk about their easy schedule all day. But defensively, the Seahawks are the superior team, which is actually interesting because the storyline right now is high-powered Seattle offense versus high-powered New England defense. But
Yep.
actually, if you look through the course of the season, it's the exact opposite, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, you think about that, like things change when you get to the
Sure.
postseason. So it's like,
Sure.
and you got to take in the other factors, like we've talked about before, like the schedule, the teams you play to get there.
Sure. Yeah.
You might have a tougher time as a Seahawks because you probably played a lot better competition than New England. Being that New England was dead or not dead last, but third last in the division last year. And so they had a pretty easy schedule compared to the Seahawks. Now maybe not. I don't know. The Seahawks, I don't think they did that well last year to gain a difficult schedule, but I think the way the season played out, they just managed a lot more difficult opponents. Where did they finish in the division last year? Was it second or third?
Let me think. Last year it was who won that? The Rams won that division last year, and then
Yeah.
the Niners finished last. I think it was Seattle was second last year.
Okay,
Yes.
so they're gonna get a tougher. I mean, so actually, New England was last. They were one game behind the Jets, and then yeah, you just said the Seahawks. The Seahawks and Rams were both 10-7, so that could have been a wash, and they could have easily been first if they had a tiebreaker. So then you think about like they're gonna play. Well, what they played us as their division, and that's not an easy division to play. The Seahawks playing the AFC North, right? That's gonna besides the Browns, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore. They're all locks to be a playoff team for the most part. Then you have who is second place in every division for the NFC. So you had the Commanders, not an easy game. The Vikings, not an easy game. The Falcons, depending on what day you get them, that's not a terribly easy game.
Yeah.
And then they play their whole division twice. So it's like
Right.
all those
It's
games.
a tough schedule.
They had a tougher schedule than New England because New England
Oh, yeah.
played. I mean, we can just pull up their
They
schedule,
played
but
the
just to
NFC
have
South. They played the NFC
yeah,
South
I
this
mean
year.
that's 4 whole games that are cakewalks. At least should be cakewalks.
Right.
And then they're also playing. Now they had to play Chicago. They had to, or no, they didn't. They had to play the Raiders. They had to play the Titans, the Cleveland Browns. Which, like, again, there's another 3 cakewalk games. So
Right.
if you're a Patriots fan, I don't know. You have to be thinking about that this whole time. Like, man, did we really deserve to be in this Super Bowl?
I mean,
Now, granted,
postseason
they played who
they
they
played
played.
well in the postseason.
Their defense played well.
Yeah, their defense did. You're right.
I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you right now that their defense isn't going to be enough to win them this game, though. Like, even if they
Well,
play
no,
well,
because
they're going to have to
Seattle's-
score points.
Because Seattle's defense is just as good. I mean,
Mhm.
that's the thing. And the Patriots offense is not going to have as much. I don't think it's going to be as easy. Now, the thing that I will say, though, is the Patriots played a lot of top tier defenses in the postseason, and they were able to put up enough points. But Seattle's another
Yeah.
top tier defense. So that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. My official pick is that I'm picking Seattle to win, just because I see way more paths for them to win than New England to win.
Yeah. Well, that's where I'm at. The only way New England wins is if they hold Seattle to like less than 20 points. But even then, if New England's offense can't score points, then even that's not going to be enough by their defense. They might have to hold Seattle to like 13 points in order for New England to win this game.
Oh yeah. Well, here's
Because
the
like
thing.
I would venture here's the thing, if New England wins, I'll do a quick score like spot on score prediction. If New England wins, it's gonna be 20-13. Or maybe even 17-13.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I think if Seattle wins, it's gonna end up being a pretty high scoring game, like probably like 35-21. Because at some point New England's gonna have to put the foot on the gas and try to score points. And I think it'll be too late. That's the only reason I think New England gets 20 points or more is like deep in the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, they're going to have to start playing the game.
Oh yeah.
Because I think by then I think Seattle will be up at least 2 scores. But they're not going to be able to stop them in the fourth quarter. They're going to go right back down. Seattle will score back on them, and it'll be a blowout. That's kind of how I see it playing out. If New England can win with their defense, it's going to be by no more than a touchdown, and it'll probably be that low scoring of a game. They're going to have to hold them to 13 points.
Yeah, that's the only way the Patriots win is if this is a very low scoring game, which it does have the potential to be. It does have the potential to be that because the Patriots defense has been able to hold their own. Also, I just saw some stats on NFL Network. Sam Darnold is 0-4 against the Patriots in his career, albeit that was with the Jets. However, I think it was a 41.6 passer rating against the Patriots in those 4 combined starts. I know that doesn't mean as much now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fun to look at those stats.
Jokingly, last week I was like, "What if he sees ghosts because of the Patriots?"
Yeah.
Like they're wearing their whites. They're wearing their whites, and the Patriots are 4-0 in their white jerseys this year. So I'm just saying.
Oh boy. Those stats are funny, but they don't mean anything. Unfortunately,
I know.
And like, there are times where you can argue that a certain quarterback struggles against a certain team, but that's more likely like someone like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Big Ben type of like Peyton Manning type. Like there were teams that all those quarterbacks generally struggled with, right? Like for just speaking on my own terms here, Big Ben consistently struggled against teams like the Patriots, but that was when they had Tom Brady. He struggled against, let's see, I'm trying to think of who they were bad at beating on a consistent basis. The Giant, Katie says the Giants next to me. I'm like, that might be one. I've witnessed them beat the Giants. But yeah, I mean, the Eagles even. Like, they struggle with the Eagles all the time unless they're playing in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you know that pattern lately, but the Steelers playing the Eagles. Like the last 4 or 5 games, it's been back and forth home field advantage every single time. So like I think 2016 was that 34-3 blowout. Fun fact, I was there, got to witness that myself. But then the next time they played, it was COVID year, and that was the first game they allowed fans back at Heinz Field. So we went to that all masked up and everything. Yeah. And that was when Chase Claypool scored 4 touchdowns on you guys. And then we blew you guys out. And then the next game we played was last year. Not this past season, but technically 2 seasons ago.
Yes.
You guys kind of blew us out again, right? Yeah. And so it's been back and forth. You can go all the way back to like 2012. 2012 was in Pittsburgh, and that was when you guys, I think, had Michael Vick or something.
Yep.
And we beat you guys. In 2004, you guys played in Pittsburgh, and we beat you. 2008, we played you in Philly. That was the Brian Dawkins flying strip sack. Like, and you guys beat us. So it goes all the way back to like Big Ben's rookie year. Back and forth between there's just certain back on the main point is there's just certain teams that certain quarterbacks struggle with.
Yeah.
But it's more along the lines of that quarterback has been an established guy in the league for how long now, starting as a veteran. Like, I don't think Sam Darnold qualifies as that because of your point about playing on the Jets for 4 years.
Yes, absolutely.
And he bounced around teams twice after that. So that stat could have some relevancy, but not in this case, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if any of the viewers that watch this episode have any thoughts, let us know. But I happen to think I'm right. I don't think there's much to do with that.
I mean, the only argument that I can think that would go against what you're saying is when Sam Darnold faced the Patriots, that was always like when the memes came out about, he was seeing ghosts and whatnot, because he would throw the ball to a defender with no wide receiver in the area. And it's just like you have to wonder if, I know this sounds crazy, but just seeing those Patriots jerseys, does that trigger any of those old I'm not trying to like turn this into like a, oh well, I think that stat is like, I'm not arguing for that stat. I'm just saying, like, is that a possibility of he sees the
Yeah.
jersey and he's like, oh, or like it's just some innate like brain thing where it's like he sees the jersey and it's like, oh, I don't know. I know that's not true, but like that's the only thing I could think of people like, you know, pushing back against that.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. That's the reality of it. It's you never know. Maybe that is an issue, but I happen to think that Sam Darnold's situation on Seattle right now is far superior than anything he's ever had, and I think that
Absolutely.
he's probably completely forgot about those ghosts that he's been
Yeah.
seeing. I don't personally think that he has a very high fear factor for New England just because he played in their division, but
Yeah.
we'll see how that plays out. I mean, he could. I guess it's a very wait and see kind of thing. But he's
So
he's never had weapons like he has before. He's never had a defense like he has before, like he has now. Um, and I think that's probably what's helping him. They needed was a quarterback that was going to be able to run their system. It seems, and that's kind of how it worked out for him this year.
I would argue, by the way, that the Patriots have the superior coaching staff in this game. And the reason I say that is just because of the experience they have. Like Vrabel has been to so many Super Bowls as a player, and Josh
Yeah,
McDaniels, their OC, has coached in like every single one of these that the Patriots have been to in the last like 15 years. So it's just
yeah.
like the experience that they have on that sideline, coaches' experience. That's a big deal because the Seattle coaches don't really have that big game experience. And if New England's going to win this game, it's going to be coaching and defense. That's what it's going to be.
Well, the thing that I always think about with coaching is that there's a lot more to it than just like strategic experience can fall many different ways. So like as far as being able to coach and make the right decision in a key moment in a game, sure. You might argue that Mike Vrabel and his staff, being very
Specifically,
experienced veteran coach
McDaniels.
players, they might have that edge when it comes to clutch time or when it comes to a key timeout here and there or a key like pump up your defense on a fourth down stop, stuff like that. But I happen to think that Seattle has the advantage when it comes to schematics. To be honest with you, I don't think Mike Vrabel's offensive coaching staff is schematically superior. I don't even think that they're that much more defensively superior, considering Seattle has such a good defense as well. It's really going to be about the coaching adjustments and the game planning pre-game. We'll see how
Yeah.
that plays out with the
But
experience of
then,
the coaches.
you know what you're getting in the Patriots staff, like specifically with McDaniels, and the fact that he was a big reason. That 28-3 comeback doesn't happen without Josh McDaniels as
You're
OC.
right.
So it's like he does
This
have
also
that
isn't Tom
experience.
Brady. You know,
True,
the
that is
the
true.
only way that I see that being relevant in most cases is when you have that type of player or players on your team to execute.
Right,
Um, Now, again, we're gonna have to watch and see. We can't make these predictions wholeheartedly because we don't know what the game plans are. We don't know
right.
what they're gonna
And
come
they've
out
had two
schematically
weeks,
running.
2 weeks to prepare for this.
But yeah, I mean, I would hope that they're all pretty well matched up, but you never know. They're gonna have some wrinkles, and honestly, that's the most interesting to me when it comes time for these games is who's gonna implement the most new wrinkles to
Right,
throw the other team off guard. And I just always think about things like the Philly special type of plays, like who's gonna pull off that
right.
moment in the Super Bowl and go up by 2 scores before halftime and then get the ball back after halftime.
Last
You
year,
know,
last year was
who's
the
going to win the
Dak.
coin toss and who's going to pick to defer to get the ball back at second half. Not that the coin toss you can choose 100%, but you know
Right.
that all goes into coaching.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, like last year though with the blowout, I mean, that was I mean, I don't know if you call that coaching. That was just probably superior roster and superior cuz obviously KC has the better coaching staff,
I
you
think,
know.
yeah, I think Kansas City. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say that they have the better coaching staff now because their coaching staff has been picked apart after
has.
being good for so long. The Eagles hasn't really been picked apart that much. They've more so gotten rid of people on their own terms
Sure.
than people plucking them out. I think Steichen was the only guy that he got interviewed and hired. And Gannon went to where
Arizona, and then got
Arizona,
fired. And now
and that was
Green Bay. Now he's Green Bay's
Yeah.
defensive coordinator.
And so, that's two coaches, big deal. But
the Saints. So
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten, but we've expected.
that's
these,
true. Your
though.
coaching tree's there. But
there's yeah.
I think the Eagles and the Chiefs are pretty similar in the coaching staff. Besides Andy Reid versus Sirianni, like you can't compare the two. It's not comparable right now.
It's not close.
But you're right. The roster was just superior, and they executed way better than the Chiefs.
And so that goes to our point about tonight. Is like we can sit here and say, oh, Patriots have coaching experience, with Josh McDaniels, but like, see who has the more complete roster? It's Seattle, without a doubt. So it's like, it's a combination of everything. But with that being said, my official pick is going to be Seattle because of the playmakers, scheming, specifically offensively. Their scheming has been great.
Do you wanna do specific score predictions just for this one?
Why not? I will take Seattle to win, and revenge game from 2014 at the 1 yard line. Seattle gets their revenge 12 years later with the same exact final score, 28-24. Flip it around. Seahawks win this time.
Yeah, they're gonna sign Marshawn Lynch today for a game and give him that redemption.
Just at the 1 yard line.
I think that's a pretty good score prediction because I was gonna go somewhere. I mean, I said it earlier. Like, if the Seahawks end up scoring points, they're gonna score 30 at least.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be more along the lines of like 31-35. So I'm gonna go. I don't think they're gonna score touchdowns the entire time. So I'd be willing to go like 31-20. I think is going to be the final score. Obviously in favor of Seattle, which would be my pick. But I just don't think New England has a chance. I think what's going to happen, and I see this a lot with good defenses and subpar offenses, is the defense isn't going to get gassed the entire game. New England's going to sputter more times than Seattle does. They're going to go 3 and out a handful of times more and quicker than Seattle will. And so what's going to happen is New England's defense, I can see them just being on the field longer. And they're going to get tired. They're going to get gassed, and they're going to make mistakes. They're going to not make some plays here and there. They're going to get gassed for long yardage plays here and there because they're on the field so long. And I think that's how it'll play out. That's why I think Seattle will probably build at least a 2-score lead out of halftime.
Yeah.
But yeah, 31-20. That's my prediction. I don't have a specific play to predict like you, but it would be cool to see them get a redemption from that last one.
Yeah, that would be. Like, could you imagine New England's up 24-21? Seattle.
And they actually run the ball.
And they
1 yard
run
out.
the ball. They run the ball. And they go up 28-24. That would be hilarious, actually. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I feel like we need to talk about today. It's Super Bowl Sunday. So if you happen to watch this, eat lots of food tonight. I know I'm going to be eating lots of dips, buffalo chicken, spinach artichoke.
I have no plans tonight, but being at my house. So
do you guys have apps for the Super Bowl? Like, what do you do? Like, or do you?
I mean, considering we're not doing much, we did have plans, except they kind of fell through with the unfortunate thing about my boss's dad. But he's not my boss anymore. My old boss's dad. But we would have gone there. But I think for us, we just usually, we're pizza and wings, no doubt.
Yeah,
and then, I mean, we're both big fans of dip, especially buffalo chicken dip. I could probably eat spoonfuls of that without the chips, to be honest with you.
Honestly, me too.
But I'm also a big hoagie fan. I like sandwiches. So,
there you go.
But I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll come up with some plans tonight, but I doubt it. Trying to get Ben to bed at a decent time.
Yeah. All right.
But anyway, yeah.
Well, thanks for watching.
Well, good
everyone.
episode.
If you
we'll see if it comes through.
If you cared enough to listen to our takes and predictions, And we'll be back at it next week. We'll do a recap of the Super Bowl, and we'll probably start talking, baseball season's coming up, and F1 is coming right around the corner as well. It's now less than a month away. Or is it exactly a month away? It's less than a month away now.
I think it's less than, yeah.
There we go. So we'll definitely talk F1 and getting ready for spring.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should do a stream while we play F125. We'll have to race and talk at the exact same time with the three of us.
We could. I know Ethan would enjoy that. I know that.
Yeah. There'd be a lot more crashes probably. We'll have to turn damage off.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all today for Gridiron and Gridlock, testing out the new outro here. And we'll see you guys later. All right. See ya.